Okay, happy Easter, everyone. You know, I got to thinking that for everyone to be able to understand the dynamics of this globe turning thing, it's a little bit out of my technical range, and I'm sure it's out of the range of most people. To be able to do something like that is highly mathematical and doesn't really make sense for me to try to do that on this channel, unless I spend an enormous amount of time, which I really don't want to do, and I've tried in the past, and I'm going to avoid it for right now. And in place of that, we're going to try doing something else that everybody could do, everybody could understand. We're just going to call it bouncing. If you want to follow me, go right ahead. Make this easy to type in. There's people that are more advanced than me. There's people that are less advanced. Whatever, it doesn't matter your degree of programming. I'm here to try to help people along, and they help me along. So it's kind of a cooperative here on TRCD Retro Programming. So we're simply going to do a PCLEAR 8, and that's going to free up 8 pages, and depending on what PMODE you use, and we're going to be using 4, depending on what PMODE you use, the screen gets cut up into pages, and when we're using PMODE 4, it gets cut up into 4 pages. We're going to be using PCOPY. You can use a PMODE page flipping type thing, but I know the problem with that is you have to use the entire screen. That would only give us 2 frames from my understanding of it. So let's just stick with PCOPY right now. Okay, we're going to denote our first page on it's denoted by 1. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is I'm simply going to draw a box. Well, you know what? I better set the screen up and PCLS it as well. So let's do that on the same line. We want to PCLS it, and I haven't used this mode very much. It's only black and white. 1 would make the screen white. 0 would make the screen black, I guess. And if we put a GOTO loop at the end, we can test that. And actually, we need a screen command in there as well. So we're going to put that in. We're only going to put it in on the first page, because it'll carry over, once it's issued, it will carry over indefinitely for a certain amount of time unless we do certain actions. And Jesus, I'm not with it right now. SCREEN. We need to put graphics mode, which is 1, and our palette is either 0 or 1. And this is the monochrome palette, which I don't want to use. So you can even take notes while I'm doing this. If the palette comes next, and the screen 0 would be screen 0 would be just what is it called, the text screen. So what I want to do is I want to find all of my pages, and we're going to do that starting on page 1. And when you start dividing it, as soon as you put a comma here and you start dividing it up into pages, we no longer we have our width. Actually, we have our width, which stays the same, which is about 255, 256. This way is about 1. in this mode 190 something, I'm not really sure this way, but when we start breaking it up into pages, and I want to do a box to show you what I'm talking about here. So we're going to do 0, 0, which is the upper corner. We're going to extend the box to 255 or 256, and now we're only going to get 47 this way in the Y coordinate, and that's as big as the page is here. We set that line, which means it connects the dots. So you know, if this were a line, and let's run this just so people know. Now, if this were a line, we would be drawing a line from 0, 0 to 256, 47, and that's a diagonal line, okay? But when we, as soon as we add a comma B, it turns it into a box, and it reads the corner, the top left corner, and then what you need is the bottom right corner. And you follow it by comma B, and it turns it into a box. So this is as big as, and I believe it's 47. This is the size of a PMODE 4 page. That's it. Just this little area right here. We're going to be using these as frames to make our bouncing ball, okay? But what I need here is I need 3 more of these boxes. So we're going to PMODE 4.2. We want to PCLS the area to be safe, but we don't need another screen command, I don't think. So we're going to do the same thing. And this could be done with a format. This could be done with an algorithm, but we're doing it the longhand way right now so people can understand what's going on. And so now we have our second page. And as you can see, they butt up against each other, so we get a thicker line here. So this is the true area, even including the white border, is the true area inside this box, okay? So 7 is going to be the same thing. PMODE 4.3, PCLS 0, which means we're clearing it black. And then just the same thing, line 0, 0 to 256.47, PSET B, run that. Now we have our third page, and our final page is going to be down here. We want them to be identical, because when we start drawing this ball, we're going to have a frame here. Ball is going to be up at the top. The second frame, the ball is going to be, it's not going to be in the middle. It's going to be like a median. I think that's the right word. You know, mean, median, mode. The median is the middle, or it could be the middle of 2 numbers, so it's going to be the median here. It's not halfway would be here. It's going to be halfway between halfway. Same thing here is going to be halfway towards the bottom, and then the final one is going to be resting on the bottom. And then we're going to use PCOPY to animate it. And this is a relatively short program, and I'm doing it in real time here, so it doesn't take that long to do, really. To talk through it, it makes it a little longer of a process, but I'll include the code in the description for anybody who wants it. And so now we have all of our pages. So this entire, you know, the screen is a screen here, and if we were using page flipping, we would only be able to flip between 2 screens, to my knowledge. This way we can get 8 pages, so 2 screens of 4 pages gives us 8 8 frames, and it's an ongoing theme with this computer. 8 seems to be the magic number for everything. It's just the way it was, they divided it up. So now that we have all of our pages, what we need to do is start making some graphics. So I'm going to renumber, and I'm going to make a space in here so we have room to put a graphic on the first page. And if I relist it, you can see that now the 5 is gone, and it's become a 6, and now I can make my circle graphic RCLE. I'm just going to use 100. It's basically in the middle of the screen, but not really. We have 256. Let me divide 256 divided by 2. So I should be using 128 for the center of the screen. And then 47, we're going to call it 46 because we can't divide 47. I'm going to divide that by 4. We get roughly 12, but not quite. So I'm going to say we get actually 11 and a half. I'm going to have to round that down to 11. And this is just guesswork here. We'll make a radius, oh, I don't know, 10. Let's see what happens now. So that's pretty good. That's about what we want. Not much more is going to fit in there. So what I need to do now is move it down by 11, I guess. Since I divided the screen into, I divided 46 by 4, got 11 and a half. I rounded it down to 11, because if I rounded it up, it wouldn't fit in the box. So let's renumber. We need to look for PMODE 2, 42. Now we want to renumber 8 to 9, so that frees up line 8. And like I said, if you don't know how to edit, renumber and things like that, take notes. It's not really that hard to do. Or you can look it up in the manual under renum. Renumbers and reorders. It doesn't reorder it, it just changes the values of the numbers. Okay, and edit is simply edit to edit a line, but you'll have to look that up. There's dozens of functions. So we're going to do a circle 128, 22, 10, and run that. As you can see, it's that is actually down a little too far. So if we take half of 11, that's 5.5. So maybe round that down to 5 or up to 6. I don't know. We're going to round it down to 5. And so it's actually, what number are we on here? 8. You just simply type edit. What am I doing here? Type edit. 11. Okay, so it'd be 11 plus 5 would be 16. We need to change this to 16. Alright. You do that by highlighting the change that you want to make, pressing C once. I'll do it again. Edit 8. Okay. We get the cursor to 1. Our position here. Whatever position the cursor, you can see it makes an identical line underneath the line. Okay, if I type edit 8, it automatically puts the line up here, and then you navigate under here, and I want to change the 1, press the C, and then you change it, and now it's a 4. But I don't want a 4, I want a 1 there, and then you hit enter, and it rewrites the line. So that's about where it should be. So to this, I guess we're just going to add 6, 5 actually. let's get to our line 11, renumber 11 as 12. Okay, we need space after we make the box. We need a space here. So I say I want to renumber line 11. The actual line number is in the middle. So if I want to renumber 11 as 12, you have to put what's your new number, what do you want it to be, then what it actually is, and then the increment after. So now I have a space for, I might have done it in the wrong place. No, we want it right before here. So 11 is circle 128. Now I want to add 5 to 16, and I'm just using a calculator. And some of these calculations might have to be adjusted. Yeah, that's not down far enough. That's too far from the bottom. So now this is becoming a... It depends on how smooth we want the ball to be in the animation. I might not be looking at it right, so let's just keep going in this direction and add 5. In the worst case scenario, I'd have to change it, each of these by 1. Because we rounded down the first time, we probably should have rounded up the second time. So let's renumber line 13 as 14. So we can use 13 to put in our final graphic. 128, and our last 21 plus 5 would be 26. And if it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom, I'm going to have to, and it does, Jesus, what happened to the box? Box is still there. That didn't hardly move at all. I want it to go, this way would be smoother, but it doesn't hit all the way down to the bottom. 6 is not going to help anything here. So our first one was 11. I doubled it and it was too much. I took half of that and it's not enough. So maybe the original was 22. Sometimes you have to play with this. Let's try editing 8, making this an 8. So 18 minus 11 is 7. So we'll add 7 to 11, line 11, not 7. We'll add the difference is, we had 5, 6, 7, so add 2. And then 14, same thing, not 14, 13, add 2. See if that helps. It helped, but still not moving far enough down. I'm kind of thinking that I had it right the first time and it just didn't look right. So if we do 4 times 11, we get 44. Let's start there. You know, the smaller increments, the smoother the animation will be, but I want to make it go like it's bouncing. So it has to hit the bottom there. Let's take a breath here. Let's try 8. Change this back to 22. You know, I have a feeling that this is still going to be too much. You know what? Let's make it 20. We'll go through the whole thing and add 2 to everything again. Next one is 11. So this should be 25, and then 13 should be 30. And with the 10 radius, that would hit 40, so we're still going to be short. I can't get it to touch the bottom. You know what, guys? I'm thinking it must be an optical illusion here. And I appreciate everybody's continued support to this channel. I appreciate that people continue to watch. So 22 plus 11 is 33. And then finally, 33 plus 11 is 44. This is, yeah, now it's down too far here. And it's down too far here. So why don't we, we just need to adjust the radius of 10, that would still be hitting on 50. So it's still down too far. So we need to what we really need to do is say 46 minus 10. This should give us 36. And we'll just do it by the radius. That'll hit right on the line. And then, so we just need to adjust these two. Problem I'm having here is, I don't know. Let's analyze now. Let's use our analytic skills and look. It's at the numbers in question are 8 and 11. So we have 11 and 47. No, we have 36 and 11. So if I minus 11 from 36, we have 25. Let's try dividing that in 2, and we get 12 and a half. So I'm just going to put 12 and a half. I don't think I could do a decimal, but I'm going to try it. So we want to add 12 and a half to 11, and it gives us 23.5. So it's not going to take a decimal. I need to round it up or down. Let's just round it down, and then edit 11, and now I forgot what the difference was between 36 and 11. It's 25 divided by 2 gives us 12 and a half. And I added that to 11 and so we rounded it down to 23. One more time, 36 minus 11 divided by 2 gives us 12 and a half. So we're using 12. So we want to take 12 and a half, add that to 23, and it comes to 35. That's as close as I'm going to be able to get to, and that ain't right. That's not even, it's just getting worse here. Talking and programming is difficult when you're doing calculations like this. And now what am I thinking here? 23 minus 11 is 12. Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing this right. 36 minus 11 is 25. Divided by 2 plus 11 plus 12. That's something's not right here. You know what? I'm gonna have to get out a pen here. This to figure this out. We have 11 on one side, and we have 36 on the other side, and we know there's 25 in between. So I need a number line, and 25 is difficult to do, so we're gonna make it 12, and I'm gonna do literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 36 minus 11. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 12, 25. So 11 plus 12 is 23, another odd number. I hate odd numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 17, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And 29. The numbers should be 17 and 29. So edit 8. So 11. Oh, I don't even need to do that. I already know what it is. It's 17. I hope. Yeah, that's still not going to be right. You know, it's not. I thought it would be right, but it's not. Try it. It's really difficult to get this right here. Yeah, that. I didn't even change the right line. Should be. Uh, 29. Alright. That's better. Better. And at least we have an equal distance between here and here, but it drops too fast. So I'm going to add. It drops a little too quick, but I don't want this video to take forever here. So we're just going to use this. We're going to go with this. It's not exactly right yet. I have to find where these two overlap perfectly, and it's just taken, too much time. I literally only have a few more minutes. So let's get to the animation. So what I'm going to do here is 15. I'm going to call it animation, and we're going to it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm going to say PMODE 4.5 PCLS 0. Now we need to issue the screen command again. I'm not perfect at this. It's been a while, and I was never very good at this. I got a lot better, but I haven't used this in quite a while. GOTO Ultimate doesn't have any PCOPY, any page flipping, any get put, or anything like that, so I totally changed gears. Tales of Suburbia does, GOTO Saga does, it has PCOPY and get input, and the screens are all based on that, so your background doesn't get erased, but I'm going to use this for an animation, but I want to, what I'm going to do here is we're going to show the entire page, but we're going to put the animation on page 7. So I'm going to say PCOPY 1 to 7 for T timer. Pick any variable equals 1, 2. We'll start with 500. Next T. And this is the longhand way of doing this. We can use variables and next for next, but that comes after. For right now, I'm just doing it this way. Actually, you know what, guys? Instead of writing all this out, let's just do it the right way here. Let's start this over. I don't want this taking forever. I just have to remember how to do it. So we're going to say for A equals 1 to 4. If I need to fix this, I will. PCOPY A to 7. Okay. For T equals 1 to 500. Next T, that's just our timer. Next A. Let's see what that does. See the ball? Just went down like that. See that? First we get all of our, see how it's going like that? Now we just need to make it go back up. And we need to shorten the timer. So once it goes through that routine, it's going to go back up. So for A equals 4 to 1. Okay, I'm going to go the other way. It's going to count down. Literally, we only need, we don't need 4 again because we're already there. So 3, 2, 1. You know, that we don't want any overlap. So we're just going to say 3 to 2. Alright, that should do it. Because then it's going to go back to this and it's going to place the 1 and then place the 4. I've been through this enough times where we don't want, if you get a double number in there, it's going to skip and we're going to get overlap. So we don't want that. So we're going to say, now we're going to say PCOPY A to 7, 23 for T equals 1 to, it really should be about 100 or even less. Next A, and then we're going to go to 17, and that'll make it a loop. Let's edit 19 and make this 100. See how that doesn't work. See if that doesn't work. And there's our bouncing ball, guys. That's all there is to it. And it actually didn't come out too bad. Okay, and this is all done on a Color Computer 1 with vintage hardware. You know, nothing more than Extended Color Basic was added to it. You know, so basically a Color Computer 2. A little bit later. And so that's all there is to it. Now anybody can do this. This is a lot easier than trying to rotate a globe or a ball. You know, rotate a sphere, which is highly three-dimensional and mathematical. geometry is what it really is. It's like, you know, I'm not a math scientist, I'm not a mathematician to that degree, so you really need to be to do something like that. I would call it a, it's not trigonometry because that's triangles. Um, so whoever said that, that's not correct. We're really looking at a platonic solid is what a sphere is, and you would have to analyze it would be the geometry of motion. You would have to understand how to apply that to mathematics, and it's highly functional. You need mathematical formulas. It's not just we draw, you know, 8 frames and then, you know, it's not that simple. That's not actually what's happening. What's happening is the computer is there's formulas in there, highly sophisticated formulas, and the computer is manipulating the motion. So it's not a page flipping routine. It's not that type of it's not that type. It's a optical illusion totally, because it's 3D and a 2D, and it's on a 2D surface, but um, it's not the type of it's not the type of I can't I just said it. It's not the type of optical illusion that you're thinking of. It's an optical illusion, but it's not a flip book. It's not a flip book optical illusion. Okay, it could be. It could be. It definitely could be. And if I was to approach it, that's the way I would do it. But in reality, it's beyond that. It's beyond anything that the average programmer is going to be able to do. You would have to be highly trained in computer science and mathematics and what is it called? You know, platonic solid analysis. So it's really something that's beyond anything that any of us can do. So I wouldn't bother with it. You know, unless, you know, it's just really not practical. It's something that somebody does, you know, that is basically an engineer, you know, a computer science engineer, major type of person would be able to do that. You have to have the math background, and I don't have it. You know, I have a math background, but not that type of math background. So I'm just going to end it here. I hope you like this little animation here. And like I said, you can put anything in here. You can take, I'm going to put this in the code. You can take the code, and instead of putting a circle in there, you could put a guy in there and have him running, or you could put more balls. You can do anything you want. So I'm going to leave that in there. I want you guys to use it. And then if you do, make a video and then send me a link, and I'd like to see what you came up with. And, you know, or if the program's not more than 25 lines, you can send it to me and I'll type it in and make a video of your rendition of this, but with something else other than a bouncing ball in the middle. Okay, guys, so let's try to get some teamwork going on here. It's happened in the past, it just hasn't happened for a long time. So let's try to do that. That would be a good thing, you know. So I'm going to end it here, and I will see you all after the holiday weekend, probably next week with something else. Don't ask me what. Probably Tales of Suburbia. So you guys take care, and you know, I'll see you later. Bye.